My bad. All right. What's up, guys? How we doing today? Happy Thursday. Hope you guys are having a wicked day. Hope you guys are rocking out. We are live on YouTube, Twitch, and Rumble, and TikTok. Doing the doggone thing. Bingo, bango, bongo, ing. Hope you guys are having an awesome day. Mac, man, thank you for the live. I appreciate you. The like, Cam, Lala, what's happening? Hope you guys are having a wicked day. Hope you're rocking out. Happy waiver wire Wednesday. Hope you got all your picks. I actually got a couple different picks. I'm excited. We ended up with Jacksonville's defense to replace somebody dropped Trevor Lawrence, eh? I don't know. Trevor Lawrence is all of a sudden, playing Denver. What's the best defense to pick up? I mean, I picked up the Jaguars versus the Jets. I think that's going to be a good one. Who can we pick up? Like I'm just looking in my league right here. Drop Menengai. Did I mess up? I mean, I don't know. At the end of the day, he's still the backup, right? And as long as DeAndre Swift is healthy, he's not gonna have to make room for MHJ. I mean, did we? You know, but I understand it. At the end of the day, he's still a backup, right? And as long as DeAndre Swift is healthy, it's not like they're gonna all of a sudden go to Menengai as much as they should. You know what I mean? Like he looks really good. Kelsey or Goddard. I mean, I don't know. I have Kelsey too. And the thing that I'm thinking of, I also have Isaiah Likely playing Cincinnati, and they've been the worst defense against tight ends. As much as Baltimore didn't look good last week, their last time they played Cincinnati, I'm having a really big argument in my head as to if Kelsey is going to do really well as you know he's like a revenge game. You know what I mean? Like he kind of cost his team. He thinks. So I'm having a really big argument in my head if he's going to come out and have a wicked game because I think he might. Like I think he's good for 2 touchdowns. That's the argument that I'm having in my head. So I'll let you know when that ends. Do you think Watson can continue to deliver? I don't know if I want to take that chance in the first round of playoffs. I think I don't think if we have another option, I would kind of hope that we could use it, but I don't know if I trust it. Do you know if CD will play? I do not know. Last I heard, he was still in concussion protocol. Taking part in drills, practicing. Okay, so he's practicing but remains in the concussion protocol. So as of today, he's practicing and taking part of drills. Progress is encouraging. I think tomorrow we will know because he they'll have to monitor him overnight, and so maybe he shows something tomorrow, and if he doesn't show something tomorrow and he still is able to practice on a Thursday practices are really good. Maybe they might hold him out on Thursday or Friday, just as like a maintenance, or maybe they even held him limited today just as like a veterans maintenance day, right? They do that on Wednesdays. So I think as of this point, he's still in concussion protocol, but it sounds like he's going to be activated. We'll know more tomorrow. JC, thank you for the follow. I appreciate you. McLaurin, JMO, Agbuka, Michael Wilson start too. Honestly, hey, no problem, Mac. I hope that helps, man. I hope it works out. I really do. I mean, I might go. Who's Washington's playing the Giants? You got to go McLaurin in that one, right? And then I'd probably go JMO. I don't know. I don't know how you can start Agbuka with any sort of confidence, but I don't know how you can sit Michael Harris with any sort of confidence. But also they're playing Houston, whose defense is amazing. And I'm expecting Jared Goff to go nuts on Sunday against LA in LA, right? It's in a dome, so I'm excited for that one. Would you trade Lamar, Jacobs, and Puka for McBride? What the hell? Lamar, Jacobs, Puka, and McBride for May, CMC, Adams, and Bowers. Like for this year, that's weird that it's playoffs and you're allowed to make trades. But I don't think that I would make that trade. That's a lot, man. Damn. Yeah, you're still making trades in playoffs? Come on, man. Start three, Breeze, Devontae, Hampton, DK, ETN. I mean, I don't know that I want any part of Hampton against that Kansas City defense. They're pretty good, and they really didn't like using Hampton in pass blocking after he made a couple, like he made a couple mistakes. So I don't think I would trust Hampton. I don't think I can trust him as much as we used to be able to. DK's got some Monday night allure. It sounds like he's going to be fine. Brees against, who did I just say? Jacksonville. Honestly, I'd probably go Devontae, DK, and ETN. Those would be my three. Seahawks or Eagles defense. Honestly, I don't think it'll matter, but if Phillip Rivers, the 55-year-old, is going to be playing, I want all sorts of the Seahawks defense. Honestly, I don't even really think it matters who's quarterback. Somebody asked the question earlier, is he going to die? He probably is going to die. Like, he's like 50. And it's in Seattle. I don't know. I don't know. Yeah, I would go Seattle's defense. Eagles playing Las Vegas. I mean, that's all right. That could be good. It is going to be a snow game, so that might be a little bit different. But Herbert or May, I might go May Sunday against Buffalo. Right? We just saw Joe Burrow kind of light it up. Right? So T. Warren or Andrews are likely. Honestly, I have Mark Andrews, and I'm kind of considering Isaiah Likely. And I don't think we do Tyler Warren. I don't know who's even going to be throwing him the ball. Plus, it's Seattle. Is Phillip Rivers really going to be a thing? Like, I don't know, man. I don't want any part of any of that Indianapolis team. I am all for Seattle's defense this week, so I might do Likely, but that I don't really know how to pick between. Andrews is my dog, right? The white man. What do you want me to say? And he's good, right? So like he's still listed as a starter. As much as they they likely in the red zone. That being said, I would take Likely over Loveland. Cincinnati's still the worst defense against tight ends. I don't really know what happened last time they played. I don't have an answer for it. I just go based off the numbers. Booker or Chuba. Oh man, Carolina's playing New Orleans, right? Honestly, I don't know how we start Egbuka with any sort of confidence. And I also don't I also try to avoid the Thursday games like the plague. So I might do Chugga or Likely or Andrews then. Yeah, right. I don't know, man. Honestly, I have Likely and Andrews, and I'm kind of considering Likely. I feel like if he caught that second touchdown, which should have been a touchdown anyways, I don't even know what the frig this third foot rule is. Get the hell out of here. That's the dumbest call I've ever made in my life, or I've ever seen in my life. So like if he caught that second touchdown, you probably don't want to do it probably wouldn't even be a question, right? So I don't know. Maybe Likely's better, but I don't. That's going to be an argument that I have in my head. I can't answer that right now. I don't know. Ferguson or Pitts. I try to tend to avoid the Thursday games like the plague. But that being said, there's nobody else really to throw to in Atlanta, so I might go Pitts over Ferguson. Unless CD doesn't play, because if CD doesn't play, then the answer is Ferguson all day. I don't know, man. Yeah, I tend to avoid Thursday games like the plague if I can. But I think I might take Pitts because it sounds like CD might clear protocol, right? Chubb, Chris Rodriguez. Chris Rodriguez is playing the Giants. I think we have to go Rodriguez. I have Genty also. Hey, shut up. What are you doing? I have Genty and Chuba. Yeah, I wouldn't sit I wouldn't sit Genty for Igbuka or Chuba. I would play them over them. Jags versus the Jets or Seahawks versus the Colts. Honestly, I feel like Seahawks versus the Colts is the better choice. I have Jacksonville against the Jets. I put a waiver claim in and got him, so I'm actually excited. Is Rodriguez a start over Dalvin and Henderson? Probably. He's the starter, right? Who really knows what's happening with Carolina and New England's backfield? Plus, the Giants stink, right? So, Rico, Hampton, or Henderson. I'm not taking Rico questions. Hampton and Henderson, then, if you're asking me. Rico fucking Dowdle. Get out of here with that. Flex one, Pearsall, Judkins, Kyron, Diggs. Jesus, Weezus. Who's Cleveland playing? They don't actually have a terrible matchup this week, do they? I don't know, man. See, I'm really high on Quinshon Judkins, but they really don't want to start him. Like, they don't really want to use him at all. Honestly, let's go Diggs in the Buffalo game, the revenge game, Buffalo. Kelsey or Fannin. I don't know, man. I'm honestly having a big argument in my head. I think Kelsey has a big bounce back game this week. I'm honestly thinking 2 touchdowns. Like I don't know, man. At this current moment, I'm going Kelsey. No, at this current moment, I'm not going Kelsey, but I may end up going Kelsey because I'm expecting like a big bounce back game from him. He kind of like he's taking a lot of the blame from last week, right? So yeah. Bro, do I sit JT? Dude, I'm not going to be the one to tell you to sit JT. That being said, I'm presenting the facts to you as is. They're playing on the road against a very, very good Seattle defense. They don't have a quarterback, really. I mean, honestly, what are we expecting from Philip Rivers? He could come in and just completely light it up and make all of us look dumb. But, like, he's 44 years old. He hasn't played in 5 years. Like, I don't know, man. Hey, what are you barking at, man? Stop. So yeah, I don't know that we can sit JT because if there's anybody that can overcome it, right, it's him. But I don't honestly know how we can play him with any sort of confidence. CD Lamb and Mike Evans going to play this week. It sounds like CD is going to play. Mike Evans was kind of on track to play last week, so he might play, but it's the Thursday game, right? So I don't know, man. I tend to avoid Thursday games like the plague, right? But Mike Evans might be one of those different. That sucks if you're waiting for one or the other. Jaden Higgins or Worthy. I might go Higgins. I don't really want to do Worthy against that Chargers defense. Who really knows anymore, right? Dart Lawrence or Jackson to start. Damn. Honestly, I don't know, man. I like Trevor Lawrence this week. He's all of a sudden got a lot of mouths to feed, right? And there's all of a sudden a lot of receivers, pass catchers in in Jacksonville, right? So I kind of like Trevor Lawrence. That being said, I'm a Baltimore Ravens fan. Lamar's my dog. So I'm probably, as much as I'm hating him right now, I'm probably going him. Mariota or Bo Nix. Who's Washington playing? Denver's playing Green Bay though, right? Yeah, I don't know if I'd want to go Green Bay. Go Flock Nation. Yes. What's up with that? Love it. So yeah, I mean, Lamar's my dog. I'll probably be going him. Mariota's playing the Giants. I might go Mariota over Bo Nix. Trevor Lawrence or Goff. Oh, my dog, man. Ed V, thank you very much for the follow. I appreciate you. So I'm just gonna answer that with my answer or my thoughts behind that. Trevor Lawrence all of a sudden has a lot of mouths to feed, and I think that's really good. I might pick him up and play him in a league. That being said, Jared Goff going back to LA in the dome, right? That's that's got me all warm and fuzzy inside. So I'm actually super excited for that one. Revenge game. They both need a win, right? LA's still in contention for the number one record in the conference. Detroit needs a win to stay in the playoff hunt, right? They've got Amon God back. Jameer Gibbs is playing amazing. I'm excited for that game. I think that's going to be the game of the week probably, and that's going to be up there with Buffalo Cincinnati last week for game of the year. So I'm super excited for Jared Goff. That being said, I can understand the allure to Trevor Lawrence. He's actually been really good. He's got a lot of weapons to feed now, and he was a number one overall pick too, right? So traded Sutton and Addison for Michael Wilson. Damn, you were still making trades in playoffs? That's crazy. But that being said, yeah, Michael Wilson all day, baby. You. Thank you for the follow. Hurt or Brissett or Purdy. Ah, man. I don't know, man. I have Jalen Hurts, and he's been dookie all year, and I haven't liked him at all this year. That being said, I almost finished first place in my league with Jalen Hurts, and I actually hated him all year. So every time I doubt him, he kind of makes it. He kind of just like keeps it going. So last week stunk, and he's another one like Kelsey. Like I'm expecting a huge bounce back game from him against against Las Vegas. They're not very good, right? So that being said, Brissett, I don't want any part of. They're playing Houston. No, thank you. And Brock Purdy, I could get behind, right? So if you don't like Jalen Hurts so much so that you want to bench him to play Brock Purdy, I could totally get behind that. 100%. I don't mind that. I could get behind that 100%. But I don't have that luxury. I did pick up somebody, or did I get him? No, I was in the other league. I have Jaden Daniels who's out. Who cares? Albert, Jefferson, BTJ, Aaron Jones, or Reed. Damn. Shit, son. This guy's benching his first two draft picks. 2 out of the 3 at worst. That's crazy. I mean, I'm with you. I don't really know how we can start Jefferson with any sort of confidence. I'm also not going to be the one to tell you to sit Jefferson in the first week of playoffs and have him have a Justin Jefferson game against the Giant or the Cowboys on Sunday night on your bench when you could potentially use those points. That's not going to be me. Also, Sunday night, right? It has a little bit of lure to him. So that's not going to be me. No way. BTJ, I actually like. So if I'm picking between those four, I'm picking Jefferson just because I'm not going to be the one to tell you to sit him. I'm not going to do that. I know he's been dookie. I have him in 2 different leagues. And so I'm still going to be starting him. I'm going to go down with that ship. I mean, I see a lot of articles that people are like, don't worry about, name brand and allure and all that shit. But at the same time, he's one of like 3 receivers in the league that can win you your week on his own. So of the 4, if I have to pick one, I'm not sitting Justin Jefferson. That's not going to be me. Strange at tight end, at flex. Myers at flex or Schultz at tight end. Myers at holy fucking Jesus. Okay, so no to Worthy. I might consider Strange and Myers. Eric, Strange and Myers is who I would go with. Thanks for the question. I appreciate you. Paul, Brock Purdy, or Patrick Mahomes. I don't know, man. I'm not going to be one much of the season. Thank you very much. Oh, I hate this. Trust me, dude. I'm with you, man. 100%. I get it. I hate this too. Trust me. Trust me, I do. I don't really know, man. I like Patrick Mahomes. He's been really good for most of the year, but that being said, they're playing a very good Los Angeles defense who just forced 5 turnovers against Jalen Hurts, right? So I think I might go Brock Purdy against Tennessee, right? We just saw Shador Sanders light up Tennessee, right? So Kincaid or Worthy at the flex. I might go Kincaid. We can see that Buff Allen is really using him, so I like that one. Rodriguez or Neal. I kind of like them both. That being said, I think Rodriguez against the Giants is probably the answer. Stranger, Goddard, Flowers, or Booty. I might go Strange. Right, they're playing a Shasti Jets defense, and I kind of like what's his face, Trevor Lawrence in that matchup. And then I don't know, man. Is Zay Flowers back? Right? I don't know. I'm a Baltimore Ravens fan, so I'm going to be a little bit biased. I'm saying I'm saying Zay Flowers. Yeah, I'm a Baltimore Ravens fan and I'm biased, and we need the win this week. And so I think I don't know. Last time they played, I don't really know what happened. I don't have an answer for that. Last week they looked good, him and Lamar. McCarthy or Brissett. All things being equal, I might play McCarthy. Like you said, good matchup versus bad matchup. Also, McCarthy's got Justin Jefferson with him. Like, I don't understand why this guy won't just throw him the ball. We saw Joe Flacco come into Cincinnati, throw Jamar Chase 23 passes, caught 16 of them, and a touchdown, right? So, like, that's quarterback numbers. Like, I don't know, man. You can't tell me, like, if you were to throw the ball to Justin Jefferson 23 times, I'm betting he catches 10, 15, right? So I don't know, man. I don't understand that. That being said, I would go McCarthy. Woody Marks or Judkins. I don't know, man. I love Judkins. I really do, but they don't seem to want to use them really at all. So I might go I might go Woody Marks. They've got a decent matchup this week. They're at home. Should be a good game for him to get some points. Wandale or Watson. I kind of don't want any part of that Denver defense, so I might go Wandale, especially in PPR. Wandale's kind of like the PPR king, right? Mecca or Terry. I mean, I don't really. I tend to try and avoid Thursday games like the plague if I can, at all costs. And also, I don't know how we start Igbukah with any sort of confidence, right? So I might go McLaurin against the Giants. They're not a very good defense. Anthony, thank you for the follow. I appreciate you. Mayor Burrow, let's go Burrow, man. Let's do it. Love it. Pick two: Debo, Woody Marks, Diggs, Olave, PPR. So I might go Diggs and Woody Marks revenge game, and then Woody Marks. They should handle Arizona at home. It should be a good game for him. As much as like Debo's got some allure playing, you know what? Full PPR, you said? Yeah, I might go Debo and Diggs. Let's do that. Fannin or Warren this week? Oh, come on, man. That's not even a question. I know Tyler Warren's got some wicked talent behind him, but who's even throwing him the ball? Does he even have a quarterback? Is it going to be 95-year-old Philip Rivers? Like, come on, man. Have JT Bijan and Henry. Is it worth me picking up Jalen Wright, or will I never play him? I mean, honestly, there's 3 games left in your season, and one of those is the championship. Are you really, without an injury to Devin Achane, are you really going to play the backup running back in one of the 3 championship games? I know I'm not. I might pick him up if I had the spot, but I don't. You're probably not going to play him. Hampton or Alec Pierce. I mean, I know Hampton had a kind of a dookie game last week, but I don't want any part of those Indianapolis pass catchers. Who's even throwing them the ball? Like, do we even know? Somebody said, I don't even know who's their freaking. I've actually never even heard. Yeah, no clue. So, like, do you even really want a pass catcher with a no clue throwing him the ball? Could be Riley Leonard. Could be Philip Rivers. Rome, thank you for the follow. I appreciate you. They don't even have another quarterback. I think they said Brett Ripien is one of them. Philip Rivers. Yeah, I don't know, man. I think Brett Ripien is another one of them. I don't know, man. And they're playing Seattle, right? Like on the road against a very good Seattle defense, which we saw what they did to Minnesota's quarterback a couple weeks ago, right? Who was playing on the road in his first game. So yeah, I don't want any part of that. I would go Slayton over Jaden Higgins, Mike Evans, or Michael Wilson. I mean, I tend to avoid the Thursday games like the plague if I can. That being said, I understand Michael Wilson has a very tough matchup against Houston, and I don't really know what to expect him from there. So I might go Mike Evans in that one. Michael Wilson, Marvin Harrison, or RJ Harvey. I might just go RJ Harvey and bypass that whole situation against Houston. I don't know how much I want of that Houston defense. You know what I mean? Should I start Brock Purdy or pick up Mariota? I mean, Mariota's got a wicked matchup, but we just saw what Shador Sanders did to Tennessee's defense. So, I mean, I picked up Brock Purdy. I can understand wanting to play Mariota 100%. He's got a lot of guys there. Should do well, but I don't know. Is Brock Purdy worse than Shador Sanders? Because if not, then I think we've got a weak winner on our hands. That being said, I'm a Baltimore Ravens fan, and I have Lamar in that league. So I don't know if I'm going to be benching Lamar for Brock Purdy. That might hurt my soul. Sammy, sup? Hold on. Cooks, Taylor, or Bucky? Who's Cooks? Who's Taylor, and who's Bucky? Like James Cook, not Cooks? Jonathan Taylor or Bucky? I mean, I if you're benching Jonathan Taylor, then I might play Bucky, right? Atlanta's defense is kind of dookie. And I don't know, man. Like, I'm not going to be the one to suggest benching Jonathan Taylor, but I also don't like his matchup at all. What's happening? We are actually come to the point of very realistically thinking about benching Jonathan Taylor. That's what's up. Have a bye this week? Nice. Who do you think in non PPR? Okay, first of all, yell at your commissioner. Let's get friggin' whoa, 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 whoa. Sammy, breaking news. Knee injury for Brees Hall. Heyo. Also, have Jacksonville's defense. Sup. Okay, first of all, yell at your commissioner to make a PPR. This is, what are we doing here? Second of all, to answer your question, I might go I mean, DK Metcalf has some allure on Monday night. You know what I mean? So, and Wandale and Mike Wilson, I feel like are better in PPR. I'm a Baltimore Ravens fan, so I'm biased towards Zay Flowers, but DK Metcalf does have some allure to him on Monday night because he's also like has the ability to get a few catches for a lot of yards and touchdowns, right? So I'm a biased Baltimore Ravens fan that would start Zay Flowers, but I actually like DK Metcalf. He's got some allure. Also Monday night, you know what I mean? Monday night games, something to watch on Monday. Okay, so that being said, we have to all pick up Isaiah Davis. Is it Isaiah Davis? Did I just get that right? No, this motherfucker just picked him up. Oh, you dick. Somebody did. Oh, he's available in this league, though. I'll pick him up. Fucking rude. Fucking rude. I know, man. What the hell? Bye week, so Monday night doesn't matter to me. Oh, so we're talking next week. Oh, I don't even know who they're playing next week. Actually, aren't they playing? No, that's in week 18. I mean, you know what? Who's Baltimore playing next week? Baltimore's playing New England. New England's defense is a lot better on against the pass than they are, or sorry, against the run than they are the pass. So where's Pittsburgh playing? Who the fuck is Pittsburgh playing? The Lions. Damn, that's funny then. So they actually both have really good matchups. I mean, I might consider DK in that matchup against the Lions in a dome. I think Aaron Rodgers might do well in that one. Pick him up, keep him. Definitely, we're gonna pick him up. Hell yeah. Cleveland or New England defense this week. New England's playing Buffalo. I might do Cleveland. No problem, Rick. I hope it works out, man. Good luck with your matchup. First round bye. Hey-oh. Bam, 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 bam. Chargers or Pats defense. I mean, I might go Chargers. I'm having a really big argument in my head right now because I think I'm fairly positive that Travis Kelce has a huge game this weekend. Like I something in me is just feeling that because like he blames himself for losing last week, right? So, but all things being equal, I don't think I want any part of that Buffalo offense. You know what I mean? Do I drop Mike Wilson for Isaiah Davis? Ooh, Sammy, what do you think about that? I think that yeah, I was gonna say starting running backs have a lot of value in comparison to wide receivers, but Mike Wilson's just been really wicked. And if you have a first round bye this week and you don't need him till next week when they don't play Houston, I'm actually yeah, I don't think we do that. I like where your head's at. No, he's got a first round bye this week, right? So it doesn't even really matter for him this week. So he doesn't even have to play Houston, which is wicked. Like against Houston, I might consider other options if I had the option. But if you don't have to play him this week, hell yeah, yeah. No, we want to keep Mike Wilson. Pierce, Keenan, or Johnson for wide receivers. So I don't want any part of that Indianapolis offense this week, like at all. Um, And then I would probably do Keenan, right? I don't really know what happened to Johnson. But yeah, definitely somebody else to pick him up. I'm going to go pick him up right now. It's a great ad. Sutton or Ladd. Texas Tejano, what's happening? I mean, I might go Sutton, right? I don't really want any part of that Kansas City defense. And at the same time, Sutton is kind of still like the number one over there, and he's prime for big games, even against Green Bay. So I kind of like that. Cook, Bucky, Judkins, Jacobs, Woody Mark, full PPR. Pick 3. I mean, I don't know why we don't just go with our top 3: Cook, Bucky, and Jacobs. That might be. Hey, get over here. What are you doing? What are you doing? You little troublemaker? Making all sorts of noise. Making all sorts of noise. Just bugging us. This is Bucky. Start 3: Brees, Devontae, Hampton, DK, ETN. Brees might not play, which is what we're seeing, or might be limited. So I might go Devontae, DK, and ETN. At the end of it, Philadelphia's playing Dallas or Las Vegas, right? So Chiefs defense is better. Yeah, they're very good. Yeah. Oh, Bucks or Cheeks. Yeah, nice. No problem, Gotti. Hope it works out for you. 49ers, Cowboys, Bears. I think maybe the 49ers, no? Where are they playing? Picked up LB3 and Jaden Reed off waivers of stash. What do you think? I love it. Hell yeah. Especially if they end up doing something. Because Jaden Reed is still the number 1 over there, right? So he's just been injured. I love that pickup. That was a wicked one. Good job. Flex Michael Wilson, McLaurin, or Trevion. I mean, I might do McLaurin, has the best matchup there. Michael Wilson's been killing it for you. That's crazy. But yeah, no, I don't really want any part of that Houston defense. Start Michael Wilson, Tet, JMO. I mean, there you go. I don't really know if I want any part of that Houston defense. I might go Tet and JMO. Flex a RB, in my opinion. Yeah. That might be good. Start Mike Evans if he's back. If you have no other option, yeah, for sure. Oh, hi. Pick two: Woody, Harvey, Swift, Pittman, Watson. I might just go Woody and Watson. All the other ones have really tough matchups. Start Warren still or Theo Johnson. I wouldn't start Warren, man. Not a chance. Plus Theo Johnson, they're playing Washington. They're not a very good team. And Jackson Dart really likes him, right? So is Neal a start the rest of the playoffs? I mean, he's the starting running back. I don't know. I haven't heard anything about Kamara. I would assume that he's all systems go for a little bit. Would you bench Walker for Neal or Corum? So I wouldn't bench him for Corum, but I might bench him for Neal. Neal's a starter. Corum's a backup. Like, yeah, I know he's been going nuts, but at the end of the day, he's still a backup. And in the playoffs, so they don't even have any updated information on Kamara other than he was ruled out. Rick, thanks for the gift. I appreciate it. Send a rose. Wicked. Pick two: Woody, Harvey, Swift, Pittman, Watson. This guy's on YouTube as well. Weston, I love you. This guy's picking Swift and Woody. I like that. I picked Woody and Watson. Or did I pick Swift? I don't know. I think Swift and Woody are good calls. Watson might be, or yeah, I don't want any part of the other guys, man. For real. Diggs or Wandale Robinson. I might go Diggs, right? The revenge game. It worked out really well last time against Buffalo. Also, that's Sunday night, right? Sunday night game. Give you something to watch. Fannin or Likely. I mean, Fannin had a really good game last week, and clearly he's going to be looked to. That being said, Cincinnati's the worst statistical team against the tight end position, so I might. I don't know. Fannin, who's Cleveland playing? They do like him, and he's playing Chicago. They do have a banged up linebacker core. But I see that's the thing though. Like if that second touchdown for Likely should have been a touchdown, and you can't convince me anything otherwise. I even saw an article that said if Jalen Hurts was a fumble was a fumble, then Isaiah Likely's catch was a touchdown. So if he's got a second touchdown there, he's got a wicked day, and I don't even really think this is a question. So I might go Likely over Fannin. Godwin or Evans. I mean, they're the same team. I don't know, man. I mean, Mike Evans is coming back after for the first time in what, a few weeks, 7 weeks. So I might go Godwin, but I don't know, man. I can't normally pick between two of the same team receivers. One's the starter, one's the backup. That's the way that I look at it. I picked up you know what? I picked up Likely because I have Travis Kelce, and in this current moment, I hate Travis Kelce, and I don't want anything to do with him. But there's a huge battle in my head that says Travis Kelce might ball out this week, and like he's gonna go nuts in a game that they need to win, or like their season's pretty much over. He's still Mahomes' favorite target, and so this is gonna be an argument I have in my head all week. If anybody's got any sort of insight, you could get inside my head. That'd be wicked. I understand every single argument you're thinking of. I also do. I also go a lot off of gut instinct, and my gut instinct tells me Kelsey feels really bad for last week, and he kind of puts that loss on him to a certain extent. So no, I'm with you, 100%, 100% between Brown, Rice, Worthy, running backs. Hey, you're not wrong, 100%. I'm talking people. Like I'm looking for the person. You know what I mean? Not the freaking, and he runs the ball in the red zone. You're right. So I'm not looking at obvious stuff right here, common sense. I'm looking deeper than that. Like I'm looking to the person in him, to the competitor in him, to the dog in him. You know what I mean? Like bring that dog out. Let's get it going, man. Come on, Taylor. Like give him like a little bit in the back. Let him go in the butt a little bit, get his spirits up. Like we hate Taylor Swift's boyfriend. What are we talking about? Thoughts on Juwan Johnson? I mean, they've been using him, right? Has he not been used? I thought he was used. That New Orleans team confuses the hell out of me, man, because they don't do anything really. Like they're throwing the ball like 30 times a game, 40 times a game, but to none of the like usual suspects. You know what I mean? So I mean, my thoughts are that we're looking at 4 targets, 9 targets, 7 targets, 4 catches, 5 catches, 6 catches, right? So it seems like he gets the targets, not very much the yards. So in PPR with a touchdown, it looks like he might be usable, but in standard, he might not be very usable. So my thoughts are that he looks kind of like a uh looked at his first name, thought he was Mexican, so forget Juan. Nice. My thoughts are that he looks more of like a shallow to intermediate route guy, and he wouldn't really help you too much in standard, but in PPR, he might have his game or two. Tight end position is such a wasteland, anyways, though, right? So I don't know, man. Pick up Isaiah Likely if you can. Worried about the guy who has Hall. Do I drop Wandale to scoop Davis? To take Davis so the guy with Hall can't get him. Actually, I love your strategy. That's savage. That's how we got to think now. It's playoffs. We don't really care about our team. We care about the other guys not getting their team. That's why I drafted Brian Robinson in the league that I have, Christian McCaffrey. I drafted Brian Robinson in like the 5th round. I didn't even care. I'm like, I need this backup because if anything happens, I don't want his backup going nuts on somebody else's team. So that being said, he's been a wasted roster spot all season, and I'm totally fine with that. I have 3 defenses. Booyah. I love it. I have 3 quarterbacks right now. Not on purpose. I don't know why the hell I have 3 quarterbacks. But yeah, no, I'm with you, right? This is the time of the year where we kind of stack up on uselessness. Um, Tyrone Tracy is practicing. Yes. Is that good though? They still like Singletary. If available, take him. No, he's not available. None of my leagues. Maybe this one. They're kind of. Yeah, he's not available. I got what's his face? Devin Singletary. Flowers a good start, yes or no? I am a Baltimore Ravens fan, so I am biased into saying yes. They looked good last week, him and Lamar, right? But I don't actually have I don't actually have an answer for what happened the last time they played Cincinnati. If you want to go based off that information, then no, he's not a good start. But I'm biased. I'll put it out there. I got no shame. Hell yeah. There is certain guys that I wouldn't take, but I feel like I feel like at the end of the day, like I don't really understand what happened the last time they played. But Cincinnati's defense is not very good, and we just watched Josh Allen go nuts against them, right? So I don't know. Josh Allen and Lamar at the tip of it are pretty much the same quarterback, right? Pick 2: Jettas, Godwin, Myers, Jennings. I don't know. I haven't really heard too much about Jennings, so I might leave him off the list. I tend to avoid Thursday games when I can. I can understand not wanting to play Jettas, but I'm not going to be the one to tell you to bench him, especially the way that McCarthy looked last week. Yeah, okay, Oliver had 2 touchdowns, but if those go to Jefferson like they're supposed to, then it's not even a question. So uh, I'm not going to tell you to bench Jettas. No way. So I'm going Jettas and Myers. If you want other ones, I can totally respect it, but it ain't going to come from me. One and only one QB, but I can't trust Lamar. Dude, I have Lamar and I have Jordan Love and I just picked up Brock Purdy and I have no idea who to play. Like honestly, we just watched what um Shador Sanders did to Tennessee, right? So I have Jordan Addison. I like him versus Dallas, and that's it. They're playing Dallas in the dome, right? So it's going to be good. Kendall, what's happening? CeeDee Lamb practicing drills today. This has to be encouraging news for Week 50. Yeah, you're not wrong. So it sounds like he's practicing, and they're just keeping him in the protocol. What I was thinking is that they are waiting till tomorrow just to see if he wakes up with any sort of symptoms, because like he has to pass the concussion protocol, right? And there's a lot of steps that he has to go through. But the fact that he's practicing today and participating in drills, that's very good for his status. That being said, I hate injured guys playing Sunday night and Monday. You go through the whole day without even really knowing. And then Hampton comes back last week and we watch him like not even really play. Start Lamar or May. I mean, that New England Buffalo game is a must-win game for both teams. Should be a great game. Should show out. You are, however, talking to a Baltimore Ravens fan who is super biased. And I don't really have an answer for what happened last time they played Cincinnati. So that's what I was just saying. Like I have Brock Purdy playing Tennessee, and we just watched what Shador Sanders did to Tennessee. So I'm tempted to play uh, Brock Purdy over Lamar. But at the end of the day, man, like Cincinnati's defense is still dookie, and we watched Josh Allen just go completely nuts, right? So like we all know what's going to happen. The time that we sit Lamar, he's going to go off for 50 points and could have won us our week, right? So that being said, that happened to me last week. Where in my other league, buddy benched Lamar for Tyrod Taylor, and he still won because of my stupidity. Oh, so butthurt at that. His quarterback got a -1 point and fucking won. That being said, he had Jahmyr Gibbs and Brandon Aubrey, so he got 55 points from two guys in a standard league. Strange or Andrews? I mean, I like Strange in Jacksonville. That being said, Strange has a lot. There's all of a sudden a lot of mouths to feed in Jacksonville, so it's not as plug and play as it was at one point. Andrews is my dog. I'm a Baltimore Ravens fan, so I might. And then this guy, Likely or Strange. Cincinnati at the end of the day still has uh, the worst defense against the tight end position, and we just watched Dalton Kincaid and Dawson Knox go nuts against them, right? So that being said, Likely catches that touchdown, or sorry, Likely gets that touchdown ruled for him, which would make it his second touchdown. And I don't even really think we would be having this conversation. Um, I don't understand how that wasn't a touchdown. Like just a little bit of rant for a little bit, right? Like how is that not a catch and a touchdown? Third foot down? Like, are you kidding me? In the end zone, he got the catch 2 feet in the end zone, touchdown. I don't care what happens after the fact. And even after the fact, in the field of play, to me, that's a catch and a fumble. Like that's a catch and then the defender following through with the play and causing a fumble. So like And yeah, I'm a Baltimore Ravens fan, so I'm butthurt. It was stupid, and we needed that win. And I don't know if we end up winning, right? But it definitely changes the complexity of the game. Sit Ibuka, DK Wilson, or Myers. So of those four, I'm not sitting DK and Myers. Of those two, I don't know how we can play Ibuka with any sort of confidence. And I tend to avoid the Thursday games like the plague. That being said, Michael Wilson has a very tough matchup against very good Houston defense. Um, if Steelers defense is available, play them on Monday against Miami. You think so? Interesting. It is in Pittsburgh, so actually, you're not wrong. That's a good idea. It's in Pittsburgh. Thing doesn't do well in the cold. I like that. Is it available? No. All these friggin' degens. All these degens have them. Miami is shit. They're on a 4-game winning streak, dude. I didn't know that. Hell yeah. Yeah, fucking degens in my league. They all got them. Few weeks until you told me to avoid, and I don't listen. Flowers got negative points. Ah, you know what though? That was on Thanksgiving though, and that's really the only time where, yeah, and their running back might be out. Yeah, he might be. He might not be. Thanksgiving is kind of the only Thursday game where you have to kind of play your players for the most part. So I can't blame you on that one. And that's what I mean, man. I don't understand what happened in that game. I was so excited to play Lamar in that game. The guy at Lamar, I benched Jordan Love. Jordan Love got 36 points. Lamar got like fucking 5 or something or 12. I don't know. It was stupid. But yeah, no, I just don't like if you've played fantasy football for any stretch of time, you just know that Thursday games are just unless you're playing your stars, and even your dogs can have crappy games on Thursday, and you get your Justin Jeffersons or your Jamar Chases that get like 3 points on Thursday, and you're like, oh great. And then the flip side of that, Jameer Gibbs gets what 30, right? So you play your dogs kind of all the time, but yeah, any kind of fringe players I just look at the days, right? I tend to avoid the Thursday games. Monday night games get a little bit of a soft spot in my heart, just as something to watch, right? Like I just to give me something to watch on Monday. So I tend to lean if everything else is equal, I just tend to lean towards the Monday game or against the Thursday game, right? It's just I don't know, little things that I've come to do, and I know I'm weird, but trust me, there's a whole gang of us that are just as weird as I am. I know it. And I love those guys. I love all you guys. Teams that won't be making the playoffs pick up their backup running backs. That's a very uh valid point right there. Who have we got? Samaje Perine actually isn't bad. Jeremy McNichols in Washington in pure PPR. Weird FS. Nice. A fellow weirdo. I love it. I know you're joking, but you're kind of only half joking. Let's get real here. I say some weird things from time to time. I get it. I don't even have any backup running backs on my fucking waiver wire. Like, what the hell, man? Rashard Smith, do they like him? Totals 1 touch in week 14. He was a big guy to pick up at one point. I'm going down my list here of the players in the backup running backs of teams that won't make the playoffs, and there's none. Like, actually none. Crazy. If you have the roster spot, Sean Tucker might not be a bad pickup because um, we've seen him do really well when he gets like extended run. So feel like if anything were to happen, he'd be somebody good to have on your team. Yeah, like nobody. Damn, that's crazy. Yeah, damn. Got to do some research into that. No, I would pick up a backup in the Ravens. Wow, Ravens aren't going to make the playoffs. Savage. But he's not wrong, actually. They for some reason they love those guys in Baltimore, and they hate fucking Derrick Henry for whatever reason. Yeah, they just refuse to give Derrick Henry all the touches in the game. I have no idea why. Keontae Mitchell, Keaton Mitchell. No, spotted at practice. I was hoping that would be good. He even suffered a knee injury in the week 14 loss to the Steelers. Left and never came back, and they still didn't use friggin' Derrick Henry for 100 touches. Like, I know he doesn't catch passes, but like you've seen him do really well as the game progresses. So why can't we just freaking Henry, James Cook, and Barkley would be doing so much better with non-running QBs? Yeah, that's true. They take away the touchdowns for sure. No, you're not wrong. Evan McPherson or Chris Boswell. I mean, I don't know, man. I have McPherson, and he didn't do very well for me last week, and I'm kind of upset at that. That being said, Boswell didn't do anything for me either, and that was kind of dookie. But I don't know. Boswell on Monday, right? Monday night kind of has some allure to it. I might go that. I might do Boswell over McPherson. Do I have him in this league? I have him in this league. This one league, I'm a Baltimore Ravens fan, and I have 3 Pittsburgh Steelers on my team. So that was kind of bittersweet. If Santos available, I'd play him, but I got the Bengals guy. Yeah, you got McPherson, but you would play Santos over McPherson? See, and I would play Boswell over both of them. We've seen that when Pittsburgh can't really move the ball, he does really well. Kickers in Aaron Rodgers teams have always done really well too. Chicago's playing Cleveland. Santos did really well, but then he didn't. So it's like, I don't know. Fucking kickers, man. If I needed a kicker, Santos is a good option. No, yeah, you're not wrong. He's not a bad option. Freaking kickers, man. If I had to choose, one of my choosing points would just be a kicker that kicks indoors. He would hold a little bit more weight to me than a lot of other guys for the simple fact that he kicks indoors and you don't actually have to deal with the elements. So like I even might go this guy Riker from Minnesota over Santos just because they're playing a dome. I hate kickers, man, for real. Like the matchup. They won't be throwing TDs. The kicker would be that. Yeah, yeah, you're not wrong, man. That's the thing, right? With your kicker, you're kind of hoping that like the offense doesn't do well, then the offense does well, or you've got the what is it? The Giants kicker who kicks the ground and then he's out for the game. Ay ay ay. If that just doesn't sum up fantasy football, I don't know what does. But yes, playoffs comes with a different animal. I'm excited for my matchups in the playoffs, man. We're killing it. Like you can see, I'm projected to win both games, and like I'm so excited. Super excited. Actually, that's funny. In the one league, I'll have 3 guys going on Monday. Oh, I love it. That'd be wicked if I was almost winning before Monday, and then freaking 3 guys going playing the highest scoring guy. In the one league, I am the highest scoring guy. So yeah, I'm excited. Actually, in the one league, I'm the highest scoring guy, and I finished 5th place because the top 4 teams all finished with the exact same record. They all finished 10-4. I finished 9-5, and I got the most points. Finished 5th place, and actually, the guy that finished 6th place, he's got the second most points. Yeah, I've never seen anything like it. Like the top, like the first 4 guys are all 10-4. And actually, last week we were all tied. There was 5 of us tied at 9-5 and 9-4. They ended up winning. I ended up losing, so they took over. But yeah, Top 4 guys have the exact same record. It's crazy. So me being 5th place, now I have to play the 4th place guy, but it's wicked. His team's dookie. I love it. I'm so excited. So excited. Like his best guys aren't even really playing the best, right? You know what I mean? And like even his team, man. He's got Prescott playing Minnesota, which he might do well. Collins against Arizona. I liked Collins before when we had Davis Mills throwing to him. Sutton, tough matchup against Green Bay. Bucky Irving on Thursday. Woody Marks against Arizona should do all right. Tyler Warren against Seattle. Henderson against Buffalo. I don't know. Freaking what's his face hates fantasy managers, so I know he doesn't play Henderson. This one's PPR, so Wandale might be all right, but my team is stacked. I'm so excited. Sanders or May this week. Damn, we're gonna bench Drake May for Deion Sanders. Holy Mackinac, that's crazy. I might not. I might do Drake May against Buffalo. That's a game they both need to win Sunday night, and it should be. Is that the Sunday night game? No, Dallas is the Sunday night game. But we just saw Joe Burrow kind of go a little bit nuts against Buffalo, so it's not the worst matchup. May only put up like 5 last time. Okay. Well, if you have your mind made up, then go with your gut. Hell yeah. I'm all for going with your gut. Singletary or Hubbard. I might go Singletary. As much as Tracy's back or back practicing, he might the hell are we talking about? Yeah. Singletary still has a really good matchup against Washington, and they like him, so he'll be used. Tyler Warren, Pitts, Theo, or Jawan. I might go Theo. I tend to avoid the Thursday games like the plague. Jawan's not really been doing very well. And Tyler Warren, who the hell knows who his quarterback's going to be. So Woody Marks or JT, I'm panicking on his matchup and with Rivers. Is it even going to be Phillip Rivers? Like, I don't know. He's signed to the practice squad. It should be, but is it going to be? I don't know. It could very well be Brett Ripien. Who the hell is Brett Ripien? So I might I could get talked into that. I'm not going to be the one to tell you to sit JT because if there's anybody that can overcome a crappy quarterback situation, it's JT. And I think that he still has the potential to do well. That being said, with against a on the road with a rookie quarterback or a 65-year-old Phillip Rivers against a very good Seattle defense, I can't see him doing much. So I would be on board with Woody Marks over JT. And I totally understand the panic. I get it, man. I'm playing against JT, and I'm actually super excited that the guy's going to play him. So that being said, he could prove us all wrong. You know what? And I'm with you on that one. You don't ever sit your studs. You play your dogs, right? You learn the hard way when you don't play your dogs. And JT's been a dog all year. And if there's one guy that can overcome it, it's him. I don't love that one. Takes one rip and it's 16 points. No, you're not wrong. But if I'm Seattle, I'm putting 10 guys in the box. And like you want to throw, you want to, we also saw what happened last time a rookie quarterback came into Seattle with Minnesota, right? So Judkins, Marks, Henderson, half PPR start 2. I mean, I might go Marks and Henderson. They just have the better matchups, and I don't know, Cleveland isn't using Judkins the way that I want him to. Mooney or BTJ. I tend to avoid the Thursday games if I can, so I might go BTJ. McConkey or Debo. Let's go Debo, especially in. No, hey, I'm with you 100%. You're one, and that's all. What that's my reasoning 100% behind Jefferson. Right? I'm not sitting Justin Jefferson. The same reason I'm not sitting JT. And so I get that. I'm not even suggesting start or sit either of them. I just present facts and I let you guys make decisions. If you're asking me, I'm with Sammy. I'm playing my dogs every day of the week. And we go down with our ship, right? That's what we do. No problem at all, man. I hope that helps. All things being equal, I would go Kincaid, right? We want Josh Allen has been looking for him, and they like him there. And he doesn't have New England's worse against the pass than they are the rush, right? So Lamar, Jared Goff, or Lawrence. Damn, those are some options. I mean, I'm a Baltimore Ravens fan, so I'm biased. So I would say Lamar. That being said, Trevor Lawrence has a wicked matchup, and he's all of a sudden got a lot of weapons, and I'm actually super excited for him. So I'm gonna put a waiver claim in for him, and hopefully I get him. All that being said, Jared Goff going back to LA, where it all began in a dome. He's not outside, so Jared Goff is a completely different quarterback in a dome. He's in a dome, going back to the team that traded him, said that he was worth nothing. He's got his dogs around. I don't know. I'm super excited for that game. I really am. I'm excited to start almost everyone in that game, just because I have I that game gets me all warm and fuzzy inside. So hey, that being said, like I don't know, man. Lamar was the guy that you drafted as your dog, right? And they need a win as much as anybody in the league. So I I, I feel like you can't go wrong really either. Jared Goff's got the matchup allure to it. Trevor Lawrence has the weapons. So I mean, Trevor Lawrence might be the answer, but I don't know how you can't get excited for Jared Goff and Lamar's. I don't know, man. Fuck. Half my team is that Rams Lions game. And you know what? I bet you're in a good position in the playoffs. Jags versus Jets, Eagles versus Las Vegas. I have the Jags versus the Jets. Sammy was saying that Brees Hall might not play. So if Brees Hall doesn't play and Tyrod Taylor doesn't play, like that's a lot missing from that Jets team. So I'm super excited. That being said, Geno Smith isn't going to play against Las Vegas. So it's going to be Kenny Pickett. I don't know how good that is. I don't think you can go wrong either way. Jacksonville did really well last week, so I didn't have the opportunity to try and pick up Philadelphia, but I picked up Jacksonville. I put a waiver claim in. I have 11 and 3 teams. I have 3 and 11 teams. How much skill is in fantasy? 1%. Well, that's what I was just finished saying. My one league, I'm 5th place with the most points in the league, and the top 4 teams are all tied 10 and 4. They all have the exact same record. So I'm in 4 different leagues. In 2 leagues, I'm in 5th place, which is crazy. 5th place in 2 leagues, and in 2 leagues, I'm in last place. So, well, how much skill is in fantasy? I would say probably 5% skill, but it's definitely 95% luck because at the end of the day, like you try and grab your dogs and you try and get the best matchup. And I guarantee every single one of your lineups in August was a championship caliber roster. Now you're looking at 3/4 of your team going, why the hell did I draft you? Like, what was I thinking? Why did I think that was a good idea? I know I am. My one league, I have the most points in the league, should have been first place, and I have Jalen Hurts and Devontae Smith, and I have no idea why I picked that stack. I'm upset at my team every time I look at them. But yeah, they're the best team in the league. Burrow or Prescott. I mean, Prescott's at home. That's got some allure to it. But I feel like you kept Joe Burrow for a reason. You kind of want to play Joe Burrow. I like Joe Burrow. Fannin or Pitts. I tend to avoid the Thursday games, so I would go Fannin just for that. Stafford or Dart. I mean, you got to figure Stafford's going to throw 4 or 5 touchdown passes. I don't know what Dart might do the same. He might do a ceiling game, but I know for a fact Stafford's going to throw 4 or 5 touchdown pass. Buyback Bobby, what's happening? Thank you for the follow. Goddard or Jawan Johnson. I might go Goddard. They still look for him, right? Week 16, start Broncos versus the Jags or Saints versus the Jets. I mean, the Broncos defense is wicked. So I might go the Broncos, especially if it's in Denver. I haven't looked that far ahead yet, but if it's in Denver, I definitely would do that. Jetta or Watson. Damn, we're gonna bench Jay Jettas for Christian Watson. That's crazy. I'm not gonna do that. If you're asking me, I'm not benching Jefferson for Watson. No way. I play my dogs in the playoffs, and Jefferson's my dog. If I can find a way to play both of them, I'm gonna play both of them. But if it's one or the other, I'm not benching Jefferson. No way. Kyron and Corum or Kyron and Bam. Bam's playing Houston. I might, if you've got somebody else, I might consider somebody else. But I might play Kyron and Corum. If you've got somebody else other than Corum, because at the end of the day, Corum's still a backup, and he's been going good because they've been blowing teams out, right? So got St. Brown and AJ. There you go. Okay, then yeah, I'm playing Jefferson. I am. That's me. You can do what you want, but I'm not. I don't sit my dogs. No way. Trevor Lawrence or Goff? I mean, the answer is probably Trevor Lawrence because he's got a lot of people around. He's all of a sudden got a lot of weapons to go with, and there's a lot of mouths to feed. And I really like Trevor Lawrence this week. But I'm excited for Jared Goff. Yeah, I'm excited for Jared Goff this week. Um, he's got, he's going back to LA, right? He's got his dogs around where it all began, right? I'm excited for that game. I'm really excited. I don't know how you can't get excited. If you're not excited for that game, man, you don't really do fantasy football for real. So, like, sometimes you look at the common sense narrative, which would point to Trevor Lawrence, but sometimes you just got to look at the human element, man. In that same aspect, I'm looking at Travis Kelsey this week. Like, I picked up Isaiah Likely, and I think he's probably the better play, but you kind of look at the human aspect of it sometimes, right? Fannin or Johnson. I'd play Fannin over Johnson. Shador seems to really like him. Going back to my Kelsey point, like I'm really going through an argument in my head. I think Kelsey's gonna have a really good game, and like I'm super excited to play him, and that's gonna be an argument that goes in my head throughout the week because like I'll listen to anything that you want to throw at me, and I'll believe it. But at the end of the day, I'm looking for the competitor in Kelsey, right? The human aspect, the dog in him. Bring that dog out, right? Ooh, ooh. That's the same with Jared Goff, right? Bring that dog out, right? LA said that you were nothing. They wanted to trade you away for whatever they could get. And you were the worst, right? They gave away you and a whole bunch of first round picks for Matthew Stafford because they said that you weren't the guy that could do it. Now go into LA and be that guy, right? Be that, show them what they're missing, what they released, basically, what they gave away. Do it, prove it. You know what I mean? And I'm getting goosebumps just talking about it right now. Shit like that excites me. You know what I mean? So I get excited on that. All right, guys, I gotta go. I'm late for an appointment. I'm gonna be back on a little bit later, though. I am. I hope you guys. Thank you very much for joining me. Come back on in a little bit when I come back from my appointment. I'll definitely be back on. You guys are wicked. Hit that follow button so you don't miss any more notifications. Subscribe if you haven't. Share this with your friends or anyone that you think might find this type of stuff valuable. Maybe get some enjoyment out of it. Maybe you just want to come on and hate me all day. I love it. Bring it on. I will do that. Thank you very much for joining me. I hope you guys have a fantastic rest of your day, an even better week ahead if I don't see you. And I look very forward to seeing you again. I love you guys. Bye for now.